Hi everyone, the Killers here, and today we're gonna review some Titan sets, especially Titan sets from 2003. So there were 4 Titan sets released this year, 2003, and we're gonna look at. Excuse me, I just have to put up the box on its original shape. So we're gonna look at, if I can say so, Takanuva, so the 7th star with his Ussanui, so kind of a new vehicle, yeah. Made with some parts of Wakshi, if I remember correctly, in the storyline, and which will be helpful because the vehicle can lead into Makuta when the quota are inserted in the quota holder. But that's another story. So here's the box. As you can see, it's square shaped. Bionicle white and big. As you can see, Takanuva is really in the middle of the pictures. Behind him, you got his Ussanui, some rock on the ground right here, and of course the background with the 2 masks, the Avoki Mask of Light, and then the Kraken, I think it's called like that, Mask of Darkness, if I can say so, but I'm not so sure it's a real name or real power anyway. And between them, of course, you've got Might and Nui, which is really shining in a bright fashion. Really shining bright, yeah. On this side, you've got it kind of look weird with my cam, but you got it says you got another mask, so you got 2 Avokis in this set, one which is gold, one other which is kind of in a clear color with some shiny parts in it. And then you got some side some side view of Takanuva on his Ussanui. On the upper side, you've got some ads for Bionicle.com. The other side are not really interesting apart from this one, which show you the 4 Titan set of this year, so Takanuva, Makuta, Jara and Guko, Takwa and Puku. And so as you can see, there's some white in this circle because this is the set you have in this box. If you have not noticed already by the big pictures on the front anyway. And then on the back you have some gimmicks, but really a few of them. So one is in flying mode. It shows you the 3 mode of the Ussanui right here. So it's the stand mode and then the flying mode right here. So it's really simple to use. I'm gonna show you this later. Ton of Bionicle alphabet behind him. I do not. I can say if it really means something. I do not know. And then it shows you that you can make some combiner with Takanuva and Makuta right here. And you can also do some combiner with Makuta and the 2 other Titans, but that's another thing. So here's the combiner set, which is I think it's called Takanuva, if I remember correctly. And it's really just a Makuta with some Takanuva parts thrown in. So nothing really interesting, but I might review it in sometimes later. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the instruction booklet right now. So here it is. So you got the same pictures as the front of the box anyway, so nothing really new right here. I may just put this like that to have a white background. So it also shows you the gimmick another time, so excuse me for the light because I use artificial light anyway. So yeah, in this instruction booklet you got instruction for Takanuva and Takutanuva because of course Makuta, which has a combiner with the Chosen Matawan, have some part of instruction for the other combiner, for his other combiner. So this means that in this instruction booklet you got instruction for Takanuva and Ussanui and Takutanuva, excuse me, in his full form. So you don't need 2 instruction booklets to build this one, guys. Here's some ads for the other Titans. 2 ads for the workshop. Well, not really ad, but here's the pictures. Here's more like an ad because you find the nice logo, and then it shows you all the pictures from excuse me, yeah, it shows you the pictures from the canisters front. So yeah, and there you got some nice ads for the quota with all their shape and shade, and it's kind of nice, really. Apart from the fact that my light doesn't really like this instruction booklet because it puts so much light on it. It's really bright, so excuse me for that. And then you have some ads for the video game, excuse me, and the movie and the website. And we're gonna go with the set itself right now. So I'm just gonna put Takanuva right here because I have to take this other mask, so it will really be fast. Excuse me for that. And here we go. Sorry for this little. I'm just gonna put out the box, take the mask, and then I'm gonna use Takanuva. So as you can see, clearly it's the color scheme is mainly white with some gold. So it's the first time that gold appears in a set. Okay, it was released. You have some gold before in the mask pack with the all the older masks in gold and silver shape, but not in the toy itself. So it's the first time we've got some gold on some canister set, because yeah, in fact, Takanuva, as you can see, is a canister shaped set, and in fact, it's really a Toa, yes, a kind of a Takanuva, because as you can clearly see, if I put off all its armor parts, you will find the older frame body, the big bulky frame, and then for the arm and legs, you will find 4 Nuva legs. So nothing really new. Also the feet are from Kopaka, and all the connectors are white this time, so no black or stuff like that. It's all about white. You still got the gears. You can see clearly ears on this arm, so this is one of the gimmick, of course. And then I will talk about this 10 parts later. And then on the other arm, it's independent, so it's nice. And then so you can put this like all the way up or down, and it's linked to the body with these little parts, with one side pin, the other side is an axle. And that's quite all for that. So then you have his not really his weapon, his tool. I don't have the name for his for this I don't have also the word, the correct word for this stuff. Excuse me. So yeah, it's really simple. In fact, even if you choose a new part, as you can see, which was released in 2003, so this kind of part right here, and which will be reused tons of time later. Okay, it's a it's a spear. So yeah, it's a spear of light, I think. So yeah, it is. So if I don't have the right name, so you got his spear of light, which is nice because you can put this on his back with the same parts as this one or the 10 parts right here. So you can put this like that. Of course, you can also put this on his hand, for example, like that. So it's kind of nice to have this kind of weapon. So yeah, this is a new part, and you also got a new recolored older head, as you can see, with some shiny yellow eye brain combo, because remember before it was released with Nyuju, Dragon Nyuju in 2001 with some light blue colors. So this time it's a new color. And apart from that, the new colored parts are of course the armor, so which are in gold, I've told you before. So you just have to put this like a Nuva, so it just fits perfectly on the shoulders. And finally we've got the mask. Here it is. So the famous mask of light, really nice, kind of really an impressive design. It really show a strong will, I think. It's really show, yeah. No, I don't want to say that, to mean that. So yeah, anyway, just look at the mask. And you can see also it's the first time it featured an axle on the back of the mask to put this on the head. It will be used later on all the masks, so from the Toametru to nowadays. Even if not really nowadays because of the new Baromania head. And I think that's quite all for the mask, so yeah, really a nice and strong design. I think it's as beautiful as the O, not maybe as exactly as this one, but it's still really a nice mask. And here's the second version you got in this set, so it's a clear version with some little shiny parts in it. And it's supposed to be canon, this mask, so it's I think it's when when Takura transforms into Takanuva, the mask look like this, if I remember correctly, or maybe it's in another moment of movie, but it's this mask, this color of mask is canon in the storyline. So yeah, I'm gonna put the original. So here it is, you've got Takanuva. So yeah, in fact it's really a Nuva, but in white with some gold armor and some nice shiny mask, excuse me. And then we quickly with the second mask right here. It doesn't look as good as with the golden mask, but still. It's still nice to have two masks in the box, so it's I will not really complain on this one, even if it's hard to reuse on mocks and stuff like that because of his special color. And I think that's quite all for the Takanuva, so I will sum up this later, but it's kind of a nice tower, really nothing to talk about. It's mainly a reuse of old and Nuva piece together with some new shiny parts. Excuse me. And then we have the big part of the set, so the Ussanui itself. So it's a vehicle, of course, it's not a wire or stuff like that. So you can see the main color scheme is silver plus some old dark gray. So I can't really destroy it to show you precisely how it works. So I will really try to make my best to explain you how this stuff is made and how it works. So really quickly, in fact, you can already see tons of Wakshi's back right here and Wakshi's back without the spin, of course. So you got 6 of them, as you can see clearly. Yeah, and for the other Bionicle parts, maybe you've got some Lewa blade right here, some hosepipe, some coracal shield, some Baroque feet, and some Galloc shield, and some Takanuva claws. So really tons of tools, if I can say so, or weapons. And one interesting fact is the third mask inserted in this set. It's the O in the dark gray color, so it's completely a new mask. It wasn't released before, of course, because the dark gray was the color of the Chihuahua, so of course it wasn't released in this type of color. So it's a unique mask, and it was just released in this set. And it's put on the front of the Ussanui just for decoration. So yeah, I talk about all the silver parts, which are in fact just tons of Bionicle tools from precedent canister. So how it works really quickly, as you can see, you have two technique beams right here, so it will be used to make all the body shaped right here. So we will use these two beams to link all these parts together. So for example, I will look if I can put this off. For example, if I put this like that, I also think I can. If you look at that, you can see clearly that you just got your beam, and then on this beam we're gonna add tons of little stuff to link all these back parts, as you can see. And behind the set, at the bottom, if I can say so, you have all the gear system for the second function, as you can see. So the gears which were already used in, for example, the boxer set, so they will be used right here. And as you can see, the gears are linked with this part right here with one axle, and also on all the front right here with this little lever right here in red, as you can clearly see, with the elastic part. So this red part is linked to the gears also, so it's all linked together. And also it's linked also on this part, which is the front part with the O I've told earlier. And then you have other hosepipe things I will talk about later. So I'm just gonna put this back in form. So I think I'm gonna explain you all the okay, destroy some things, that's nice. Excuse me, I'm just gonna rebuild this stuff quickly. And here we go. I think that's, yeah, that was like that. Yeah, there's no problem. So yeah, so how it works, as you can see, so you have the gear right here. In fact, you're supposed to just push down this red part right here, and then, as you can see, it will turn in his flying mode. So it just, in fact, it's kind of hard to explain, but you can see clearly there is the lever right here, which are elastic, and then you have the two parts to push it right here, the black parts right there, and of course you put your finger on the red part. So if you want this, you just have to put this like that. But of course, a more simple way, even if it's not the one shown on the canister, is just to throw this stuff back. So for example, like that or like this. So you can also do this with just touching the Lewa Nivas blade, like that. And here you go with the flying mode. So yeah, yes, it works perfectly. And I think that's quite all. So yeah, of course, for the little decorations, they add hosepipe everywhere, in fact, which begins right here on this block feeds, and it's all linked to the centers of on the center axle right there, as you can clearly see. And then you have some other which go back all the way down and show up to this part. So you've got 3 worksheet back right there, 2 on the side and 1 on the back of the Ussanui. There you have this little technique beam to put more easily Takanuva on it, and I think that's quite all for this set. So it's kind of just you just have to know that in fact the frame in fact is again some technique beams. On them we're gonna add tons of stuff, like for example this worksheet back, and on the bottom of this technique beams we're gonna add other gear system which will work with some axle and some parts right there. That's kind of fun to know on this set. Also the fact that it's got tons of silver parts, tons of previously released tools, and also some new recolor like this one or like the 6th one. So that's what is to know about the Ussanui, and it's got also 2 gimmicks. Not really just, yeah, you got 2 gimmicks because of course you can put the quota in there, and when the 6 quota are there, then the Ussanui will lead automatically to Makuta. And of course you have the second gimmick with the fly mode right here and the stand mode. So you can clearly see it stands perfectly, does not fall off in front, even if the weight seems to be all here. And here's the flight mode. So now I'm just gonna put Takanuva. So you have just to do a little change, of course, because the head is not articulated, so you have to put this on this axle all right here and not this one to make him look like that. Then you put his hands right here. So of course use the beam on the hole right here on the pelvis part. It is also used. They also use this hole on the exotoa stuff. And then you have to. Okay, I'm gonna succeed into this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's just break anyway, so it's great. But I'm supposed to do that in a. Yeah, I'm supposed to do that without it. It has to be broke. Okay. I think I have not understood something right here, so I'm just gonna check on the instruction booklet to do this right, and then to finish the review, because there's nothing really to talk about on this stuff. No, it's like I put him. Yeah, I really put him like that. So I do not know what the problem is. It's supposed to work perfectly. On these arms it works perfectly at least. Then you have this one. Okay, it's right there. So yeah, and it tends to fall off. I do not know why, because it's worked perfectly in my French review. So anyway, don't know why. So here's Takanuva on this Ussanui. So as you can see, I put the technique beam in the hole, and then I've used this coaxial shield to put the hands on it, because of the parts with one side is a pin, the other side is a gear, is a axle, excuse me. So yeah, here it is. So that's all you're supposed to put in on, and of course you can still do the 2 mode. So like this one, the stand mode, or the flight mode, of course, like that. And I think that's quite all for this one. There's really nothing to talk about on this set, so I think that's all. I'm gonna just disassemble it to show you the 2 in separate ways, of course, and then do a little sum up. Of course, if you have questions of stuff I haven't shown, just ask me them on the comment section and I will answer them. But I think I've pretty shown you everything I have to show on this set. So here's the Ussanui, and then here's Takanuva. So for Takanuva itself, what is the drawback? In fact, is that it's not that original at all. In fact, because it's just some Nuva body again. So yeah, it's just like the other one. But of course, the good points are the golden parts, which are really nice, nice looking. So yeah, overall, excuse me, the Toa is really nice looking, guys. So it's a really nice looking. Takanuva is a really nice looking toy, excuse me, with his white and golden parts. And yeah, but apart from that, he's not that new, he's not that original. He just look good, but apart from that, he's not, yeah. So I think if he didn't own this special mask, he will really have nothing special at all, apart from his special color. So yeah. So yeah, it's a nice toy, but then again, it's nothing revolutionary or stuff like that. So it's an okay toy if you want my opinion. It's still nice because of his color scheme, so that's why. And of course because of his storyline importance, because it's really important, the 7th story and stuff like that. Really important. Then you have the Ussanui. I don't have really any drawback apart from the fact that this is it's not really an interesting vehicle, if I can say so, because even in the storyline we don't see him that well. I mean, if I remember correctly, he just fly for like a minute in the Makuta's underground place, and then crash in something, and then we don't see it anymore. So yeah, it's still the design is kind of original because it doesn't look like anything else. It doesn't look like a car or a motorcycle or stuff like that. No, it's really a special design, and it's pretty nice with all this worksheet part on there, this worksheet bag, and also the hose pipe. It's really done. They really done a nice shape. It's really aerodynamic one, even with all the brick right there. So it's really an improvement in comparison, for example, to some other Titan set where we were just really blocky. So this one is nice with all the half and stuff like that. But still, I do not know. You can have fun and swoosh it around like that, and apart from that, and changing the mode and put the quota, you can't really do that much with that. I think I will have more fun with some more recent vehicle which are with some wheels, I think, but that maybe just me. So yeah, it's kind of nice. The part packs is nice for the silver part and for the mask. Apart from that, they are just a classic part all over the place, so nothing really interesting in that. It's the same for the tower apart from this golden part. So in fact, there's two. I didn't know that. Excuse me. For me, they didn't really interest me. I don't know why. They didn't really appeal me at all. For example, I was, for example, more interested in the Lycan and Kikan set, even if Lycan is really bad articulated, and Takanuva is better articulated than Lycan, I think. But apart from that, yeah, apart from the legs, of course, and apart from that, yeah, I do not know, but I think you have made your own opinion with my review, with all you have seen. So yeah, you can make your own opinion and see if it's a nice set or not for you, if it's a set with which will worth the money it cost. I think it was like around $20 or $25 at the time it was released. So yeah, and also it's the first time we have the combo Toa plus some vehicle or some YE in some Titan set, and it will we'll have tons of them later. So for example with Lycan, I've said earlier, then we'll have I don't count Vezon and Fenwak, even if Vezon is some kind of canister, but it's not a Toa. But later we'll have Lazovic and his vehicle, and then we have Inika and his overboard. So yeah, it's the first of this Titan set to have a Toa plus a vehicle in it, and at least for the time it was released, it's not that bad. So yeah, I think maybe just look at my review on some photos on internet and maybe give it a try if you like it. And also I think that Takanuva in this set is really an important part because it's really an interesting and important character for tons of people. So it might make you want to buy this set just for Takanuva and not only his Ussanui, even if it's well designed. Apart from the fact that it's not that charismatic vehicle, in my opinion at least. but it's still nice design. So I think that's quite all for this review. I hope you enjoyed this one, and see you later for another Bionicle video review. Bye bye!